What?
Oh my God.
Bill Burr.
Now this is a miracle. I mean, what the fuck? Bill?
Yes.
Are you... Bill, I mean, let me ask you something.
Can you cover for me at the store?
Bill, I mean, you've never called me.
No, I just need you to cover for me.
Billy,
I called you to wish you a happy Chinese New Year.
Wow, Bill, this is, you know what? Because I've been getting a lot of calls, and no offense to anybody that else has called, but this is probably probably the most shocking one.
Are you old enough to be the head of the dragon in the parade? You worked your way up to the middle of the body. Where are you?
I'm not quite there yet, but
Happy birthday!
thank you, Bill. And you calling in is like, it's kind of like a Sinatra moment to me. You know, in comedy, it's a little.
It's kind of a Ron Howard moment.
I wanted to say Ron Howard, but hey, Bill. Also, thank you for calling, and also I want to ask you if one day you would do our podcast. That'd be great.
Hey, let's just start with. Let's go slow here.
All right.
That's why we never hang, dude. You're too pushy.
I know.
You can't just hang out.
I know. You're right.
Hey,
You're right.
a new closing joke where I keep my shirt on. What do you want from me? No, I'll do your podcast.
All right. Thank you.
Where do you record?
We record at my house. I live in Hollywood.
Oh.
It's easy.
Of course you live in Hollywood, you big phony.
What do you live in Silver Lake? Where do you live?
Why would I tell people where I live?
Silver Lake's a big place, Bill.
I'm just glad they put the water back. No, I don't live over there, no.
How much is that?
10 and then another 10.
So it's 20. You can go to the cash.
He's got a pair of fours.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Wait, you know what I have?
You just said it.
Al, don't
Fuck that, I'm not betting.
advice from him.
He said it already.
I didn't say anything.
No, he didn't. He said he's got a pair. You didn't know what I had. You cheating son of a bitch.
Oh!
He
In the
fucking-
Old West,
he
you'd be
cheated.
dead.
You'd be
He cheated.
dead.
This
Wow.
guy's doing fucking bits
Wow.
about extra and the newsboy, and he's playing his fucking cards around.
Oh,
I saw
yeah,
they
you're
hit
right.
a 4 and
You're
6.
right. Fuck
No,
him.
it isn't.
Fuck
Right?
Burr.
If that's how you saw it, why did you lie at first and try to say it was him? You sneaky bastard.
what
Bobby
the
Lee.
fuck?
Bobby Lee.
What is
All
up,
these
man?
years of knowing you.
My eye. Can you see this?
Don't put it on your fucking little eyes.
He's got a cheater's haircut. That's what it is.
I have these little
Get further away.
I have these little Asian eyes. I don't have peripheral. So every time if I look, I have to.
Then how did you know
turn
what
my
he
head.
had?
Why did you put it on him first? You lied. If you were telling the truth, you would have just told
Hold
the
on a
truth.
second. If you want to say it's just a gut feeling from your improv, you felt it maybe.
Why are you
Okay.
trying to help him out? He just tried to throw you under the bus.
Yeah, but no.
Okay, can I just say something?
Yeah.
I cheated.
All right, then you're out.
I'm out. It's so hard to ask. It's so hard to ask a guy that you work with and that you admire, and then go, how do I do this, or how do I get back? And I think that
Bobby,
Yeah.
I'm a bald orange man.
what does that mean?
It just means, who the fuck am I?
What is that?
Look at me.
I know.
There's no reason if you look at me, you'd think I could be good at anything.
I know.
Yeah. So
you
I
look
mean,
like a Carl to me.
If it was,
Like a Carl. Like I've always wanted to call.
Not like
Every
a
I see, no, yeah.
Not a Bill.
Every
I kind of like that name.
Yeah, every
I'm
time
not
I
gonna lie
see
to
you, I want to call you Carl for some reason. Like you look like a Carl Jenkinson, or
I
that
would
type of-
love to play a guy. I would love to play a guy named Carl.
Yeah.
That's a name that's kind of dying out. Carls were, I don't know, they were sort of guys, but they also could be like bullies or dicks.
Yeah. Maybe I want to have a baby, but I have. This is gonna go to you now. I saw you at a party once with your daughter, and you were playing soccer with her on a field, right? And I'm sorry. I mean, you just never. I never imagined you playing with children. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you didn't, the way you just put it.
No, but in terms of like, it wasn't like you frolicking. You don't look like somebody that would frolic.
You frolic?
Or like, be in a, just in wheat, and running.
What backyard was this?
No, I'm just saying,
You know what this is?
What?
He brought it up. He got uncomfortable, so he's trying to make me uncomfortable.
No, I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. I'm just saying, I just, would never see you, with butterflies and running through a field. Would you watch me and Carl, my new best friend Carl, make
As long
love?
as I'm in character, it's not
Yeah.
gay.
Yeah.
I'll get a Golden Globe for this. Or a golden shower.
That would be the most miserable human experience of my life, making love to him.
Why do you have to be so hurtful?
No, it just would be hard.
Why can't you take the time to get to know me like that?
I just would. I would have performance anxiety
I think you would too.
with him. Yeah. With Eric Griffin, no. Lay on your stomach. I got it. You know what I mean?
God.
And I just put my
Riffing
arm
with
around
Griffin.
it. I'm riffing with him, Griffin. Yeah. But with Billy, no.
You can go all in for $11.
If I give you this, will you start giving me shit about the fucking cheating? I'll give you this. And I'll give you
giving me
this.
dollars?
Yeah. Shut the fuck up now about the cheating.
Oh, now he's trying to go aggressive. You're gonna try to guerrilla your way through this? No, keep your chips. You're a piece of shit.
You're a piece of shit. We don't care about money here. It's all about.
He's just trying to buy it out with like $11.
Buy out.
Hey, now we'll just shut you up like he just pulled up in a Rolls Royce. Fucking asshole. All right, there we go.
I got $11.
One
I
for the
want.
cheater.
My cousin and I robbed a Ross Dress for Less.
I mean, Rob, the
No, he went in pretending he had a gun. He was 16.
Oh my God.
Right? And when he ran in, without even anything happening, I drove away.
you left him there.
I left him there.
What happened to him now?
Because I thought I heard cops coming.
Yeah.
Right? He had just walked in. Cops are coming. It was just like
He's
an
like a
instinctual.
thief hypochondriac.
It was like an instinctual, and I just left him there, right?
Yeah.
And then he turned out when he walked in, he didn't do the gun thing. He just tried to steal some shoes because he had like a toy gun that he was gonna right. But he went to juvie. But I ran away from home. I lived in my car in Orange County for a week, right? And then I called my mom. But yeah, that was real scary. That's the last criminal thing that I had done. You know
I think it's even more criminal that you left your own.
I'm a
family
coward.
member
I'm a
there.
coward. I'm a coward. I already know that. I already own up to that shit.
Stammering like the lion piece of shit you are.
I know, but I already apologized.
I understand that.
Don't ever rob a bank with this guy. That would be him rolling
Mr.
over.
Bill? Oh, yeah, he rolled
One fucking
quick.
question. Did you do it?
Yes,
it
Bill,
was
yeah.
Jay wanted to do it. How about? Would I really rob a bank with sandals on? How about?
Did you shave your head for a part?
Huh?
A role?
No, I'm bald.
No.
I
But
mean, I'm going bald.
I know. But did you? But you still had some stuff residue of hair.
Residue?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had residue. You know what I mean? You could have done
I
a
have-
Chernobyl thing that you were doing, but
I had,
yeah, but you didn't. You just had to shave it.
yeah, it's one of those things. Are we going right now?
No, we don't. There's no rules. But I'm
Okay,
I'm
okay.
just asking you a question.
Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna answer.
I understand that, but why are you? Your head looks like Darth Vader when he took his fucking helmet off. Remember that when he was just all fucked up?
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Is that the? That's fine. You're Bill Burr, but
I'm trying to answer your question.
Yeah, go ahead. I
The
just-
process of you coming out of the gate shitting on me.
yeah.
You know, when you start to lose your hair, you got three options.
Yeah.
You can,
Yeah.
and there's subsets to all of them.
All right.
Okay, you can do the Rogaine, the hair plugs, a
Right.
system, a fucking all of that. Propecia, a fucking they glue some shit on your head.
Right.
They take some of your pube hair and you get an afro.
Yeah.
Or you can just sort of let it happen.
Which you were doing, which I was like, that's the dope way to do it.
Oh, I'm glad I had your approval. Or you can just say fuck it
Yeah.
and do what I did. So I just said fuck it.
Okay.
But what if
And I do. Like,
do you-
I love how you came at me aggressive, and now you got your those little panda hands.
I was.
up.
I love how you attacked my little panda hand.
That's
Let
what
me-
you look like. You look like a little panda.
I know. I was just because when you took your hat
like
off.
a little adolescent bear.
Oh, fine. I'll take that. They're cute. But
They're
what I'm-
adorable.
I know they're very adorable, but I was just asking because when you took your hat off, I was a little shocked. That's all. the fucking Koreans are so rude to me.
Why?
He doesn't speak Korean.
Not only do I not speak Korean, they don't know who I am, right? So like I'll
Hey, do you know who I am?
no, that's not why. No, that's not.
What do I got to go to North Korea to get a fucking decent table around here?
That's not what. That's not what it is. It's just my index finger, right?
Yeah.
I go, no, that was your thumb, bro. He thumbed it.
You're positive.
I don't have reverse. You know what I mean?
Sight.
Reverse sight.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have the. There's no. I don't know if there's cameras in the room, but I think he fucking thumbed it. It hurt. Or I might have a tight asshole.
Or he has short fingers.
I never thought of. I never thought of the third fucking option.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could have.
Maybe he's
short
got
fingers.
little hands.
Maybe he's got little hands.
You probably gave him a complex. You came home all moody, and his girlfriend's like, "What's the matter? I don't want to talk about it. What's the matter?" It happened again. What happened? Oh, I put my index finger in somebody's asshole, and they were convinced it was my thumb. You don't understand. It's a man thing, okay?
Yeah. Maybe. I might have fucked his day up.
You fucking rat bastard.
And I knew you had it.
You had a
What am I doing? He's in my head.
You son of a bitch. How dare you look at my cards? You cost me like $11,
I can't believe you did that.
and I'll never forgive you.
The thing is, he openly showed him to everyone, but you did it and just tried to use it to your advantage.
I don't like how he's doing the power move. I'm turning away from you. How dare you turn away from me? You're the one who did it to me. I put my back
No,
on
it's
you.
10. It's
$5, $10.
Yeah.
And I've been supporting you, and I've been sitting here to the side of your profile,
a good point.
seeing that there's
Yes.
not one fucking mustache whisker that's as even as the other one. They're all different heights.
he never trims it. That's natural.
It's like he took that potato peeler to his fucking mustache. And I haven't said a fucking word about it.
This is what happened, all right? Just listen, this is what
It's an
happened.
enigma wrapped up in a riddle.
He was doing this, right? And I saw, because he's got a 4 and a 6. Is that what you had?
What do you mean? Is that what you had? You know what I had. You looked at my cards. You cheating fucking dirty bastard.
I know. I already fucked up. So out of survival, I blamed it on Jay.
Unbelievable. You think you know a guy. You think you know a guy.
It's
All right,
two.
who's the two?
You can check or you can bet.
Who's your two?
Can you teach me how to do a Boston accent real quick?
Okay.
I've always wanted to learn. So give me
Okay.
something that I could say.
Why don't you give me a sentence?
All right.
All right, try saying do
Bob.
do your job.
Do your job.
What was that? Chinese.
Hey, do your job. No, that sounds Asian, right?
Asian New
Yeah.
York.
Hey, do your. I just have
Keep
to-
going to Asian. Why do you keep going?
Why don't you say a fucking sentence and then I fucking repeat it?
Do your job.
Yeah,
Do
I-
your
I-
job.
I just had to see where you were creative.
And then we're good. So give me a line.
Well, one thing that they always say, they always fuck up is there's the joke, park the car in the Harvard yard. So then people think everything is just
Park the car.
Yeah, so like they'll say where you from, and I'll say Boston, and they go, oh, Boston? It's like that's how people from the Midwest say it.
Right.
So BOS becomes BAW, baw, like saw.
Right. Say
Job is
Say the
J-
line again, and I'm gonna repeat after.
Job, do your job.
Job.
No, just think like saw.
Saw.
Say jaw.
Ja.
What is wrong with you?
What do you mean?
Are you doing this on purpose?
No, I'm just trying to listen.
AW.
What is this called right here? This is your
A jaw.
You forget it.
No.
You know, for as unsafe and fucked up as they say, you know, what has happened to you?
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing.
I really like your head, man. Before I attacked you in the beginning,
Huh?
you know what I mean? But I really like it.
I didn't feel you attacked me. I thought that was funny.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, were you coming from a place of negativity?
Real.
You are not average height in China.
First of, yes.
You're short for an Asian.
You're a Shazen.
New special.
You're a short Asian.
I'm a yeah. I'm a Shazen
Shazen.
for sure. Yeah.
I would say 13% of people on the internet are cool. The rest of them, they're just a bunch of animals. Why would you want to talk to them?
Wait, you're saying only 13% of people
Are cool. 13% are cool. The other 87% are writing horrific stuff under YouTube videos. They're assholes.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, you were afraid of your dad.
He came home, he came in the front door, you went out the back door. You just remember going into the woods and you just stay in there till his car left again.
You're thinking about going back to church.
Yeah. I don't believe in any of it, really. And my church, I feel like I'm going there, I'm helping to pay for a legal team. So I don't want to go, no, they only raped kids. Come on, here we go. You're not against that, are you? Jesus Christ. Dude, if you took 90% of my text messages and phone messages and you put them on the news, you would run out of podiums to put in front of me that I would have to apologize. The crap me and DeRosa say to each other, forget it. So you can choose to take a comedian seriously, but that doesn't mean that I now meant the joke, and you can start saying that they're statements, you know?
Okay.
Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Going around saying that 87% of the world sucks, you're not going to get one.
No, but this is the thing.
You're not going to
I
give you one.
can say that because there's nothing you can take away from me. What are you going to do? You're going to say I can't do stand-up in strip malls anymore? That's usually the punishment. So the genius. I fly a lot, and there's this whole new thing of generation of people that take their socks and their shoes off on the plane. You got to look at their smelly feet, and then they'll literally stand up and they will walk into a commercial airline bathroom. Yeah, use it and then walk and sit back down again.
That's not right.
Yeah, if I was a dictator, those people would be eliminated. No, I obviously became a dad late at 48, so I got to make sure. I got to be there for at least 30 years to make sure, you know, she doesn't marry a jerk. And then, yeah, then I can just kick off and that'll be it. Happy holidays, everybody. There you go. I think he just kind of like told people what to invent. Like he just kind of came in like, I want my whole music collection in that phone. Get on it! And then all these nameless, faceless guys made it happen. Yeah. And then they have the big nerd concert and he goes out there by himself. No belt, you know, sneakers on. I just didn't buy it.
If you went to a restaurant and you didn't like the meal, the chef doesn't owe you an apology. You know, you just don't go to the restaurant anymore.
Right.
Rich kids just sit around, you know, doing blow, sitting in Ferraris. They don't do anything. It's the poor kids that they make stuff happen. So
Yeah.
Why respond to somebody who's being negative to you on Twitter?
Because it's fun. Women are so overrated, right? We went from we went from not listening to them to now it's ridiculous. Like that believe women. It's like all of them.
I mean, I don't know.
Again, the good old days.
Yeah. Anyway.
You know what? They don't even call it Alphabet City anymore. You know that? They call it like the Lower East Side. Things, gentrification, whatever.
Was that offensive to illiterate people?
What about the angle? There was a lot coming from the Hillary Clinton camp that Trump is bad for children. And they had a lot of ads that said, you know, children are watching this guy.
Oh, we all know
talk.
that children 5 and 6 years old are always tuning into the debates. Taking notes. That's what I did when I was a kid. I'll never forget that.
Because it goes the opposite direction now, of course. You get a tax break for the more kids you get. So you're saying it should go the other direction.
Yeah, no more kids. I'm anti-kids. They need to be stopped. It's 1 year what people should do. You know, like Richard Branson, one of these hot air balloon rich guys, you should just like float in over them right before it and just start dropping everything that they want. But even then, they would start stampeding. Like no matter how many hot air balloons he had.
How do you get out of those conversations if you're not going to admit that you're wrong because you're not wrong, but you're not going to have the argument because it's Len?
No, if I was wrong, I would just say that I'm wrong. But like if she wants to argue, I just say, well, you know, I can't argue with you because I gave up the stuff to Len, and it's driving her nuts.
You never saw.
What do you think about population, world population?
It's completely out of control.
Well, what about be fruitful and multiply?
I think we did that. I think we achieved that goal, and it's time to move on to something else. I mean, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. Like, I think we need to kind of curb the babies for a minute.
There you are. Look at Billy.
How are you?
You look like a fucking prize.
My stupid headphones to work here. Something that'll work. Let me see if these ones will work. Hold on a second.
No, they work good.
My headphones aren't working for me, though.
Oh, okay.
Discovered you.
I do owe my whole career to you. I was struggling until Bobby Lee discovered me.
Oh, no, not discover you in terms of like you did it on your own, obviously, but no, in terms of my awareness of you.
Oh.
Can I tell you that story?
Oh, no, I remember it was a big day in my career. Bobby Lee is finally aware of me. Am I on Bobby Lee's radar?
See, this is what he's gonna.
This is when things start to happen.
I'm not gonna allow this to happen.
Reversal.
I'm not gonna allow this to happen.
Reversal.
Yeah. I'm just gonna plug away. You know what I mean?
Listen, you can talk to him all you want. I can hear it.
Did you see my Adam Sandler interview?
Kevin Nealon. Dude, people told me that you fanned out so bad. This is how much I love you. This is how much I love Burr Kreitzer. When you were like this, hang on a second. Hang on, Adam, hang on a second. I have a story I want to tell.
Porn, I got to have a childhood. Can you imagine if that shit was around when I was,
No,
oh my God,
no.
I can't, like these kids nowadays, it's like they're 8 years old and the brain damage they have, it's like they've been on the Vice Squad for like 40 years.
You're not glad, but like the two interviews are H3H3 and Theo Vaughn, where everyone's like, did you see that interview? And by the way, knowing you, I don't see anything wrong with the interview.
I had a great time on the Theo Vaughn thing. I don't know what the fuck happened with that.
I don't know
I
either.
left that. We had a good time. I showed him my truck. We had a great fucking time.
I thought you guys had a great time. I thought it was a great interview. I think it is, I knowing both of you, you were not you, and he was not him.
People like to take a little fucking thing and then gas it up and make it something else, and then it becomes like, that's all they're doing.
That's
like,
all.
What's funny is the average douchebag on these fucking social media is no different than these giant corporate news agencies where they're just taking shit out of context to cause something that didn't even happen, so you'll stop and watch it so they can make money off of views.
Yeah.
And people on the internet do the exact same thing. They know exactly where to cut it, where to begin it, and where to end it to take it from a level 2 up to fucking 12.
I watched you and Theo's whole interview, didn't find anything wrong with it, including what people will say is how it ended, which is you going, I have to go, I have to leave now.
Yeah,
I'm done.
my kid was getting up. It had nothing to do with him.
And then I watched the you got to see this interview with Bill and Theo, and they chop it up to make it look like you don't like him, you don't get him. And
They do that with Rogan, where they'll do like his reaction, that guy, and they totally make a completely different interview that didn't even happen.
oh yeah, you don't have to tell me about that. That's all my interviews.
Yeah, so why would you watch that shit? I don't watch
I watch it, but I don't know. But that doesn't.
You know what? Fuck you, Bert.
They're gonna cut this up now.
It's funny because like even. I have to admit, like I've discovered a couple of comics that I love that could be, Republicans or whatnot, right? They're not out, but you hear rumors, and my initial response is,
What is wrong with that?
I know. I'm just there's nothing wrong with that.
Yes, they're not out.
Yeah. They're not out as Republicans.
No, they keep their stuff private, is what I meant.
Yeah, because liberals are out of their fucking.
I understand that. I understand that. But
good Lord.
Listen to my fucking point, though.
Okay.
Let me finish my point. Okay. My initial reaction is like, right, but it's like, no, it's. Well, I'm just gonna make up a name. It's Joey. He's a good guy. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like it has nothing to do with we're in it. Just listen, Bill. Right. We're in a volatile like.
I just love how judgmental the left is. You don't know anything about. Oh, he's a good guy.
Dude, it's like messing with my whole. I had this big discussion with my wife last night talking about the irresponsibility of religion with a higher power, where they go like, oh, people have freedom of choice. So it's just like, so when a serial killer is born, that's not on God at all. Like, whoa, leaned a little too far this way on that. Like, that's not on him at all. He gets to walk away from all of that. And if you watch like all of these nature videos and just how the whole thing is set up, that, the big eat the little, and how there's certain animals that their only way of survival, like rabbits, no fucking defense whatsoever. Their only defense that they get is that they can fuck so much and have so many of them that you can't wipe them out. But the second you're a rabbit, I'm going to get killed by a snake, eaten by a coyote, ripped apart by wild dogs. That is their fucking existence, and they don't hurt anybody.
Their sex must be so frantic and anxious and fueled by, I'm finished, the snake's going to come any moment, I've got to
looking over
ejaculate.
your shoulder
What,
as you
Jesus?
bang. Fucking walked into the singles bar. What did women always say? What do? They're not making small talk. Okay? Women all fucking judge, okay, their status. And then they get a number in their head. All right? And then they find out the jobs, okay, that earn this and earn that. And then they figure, like, who they can fuck. Okay? And then it becomes a thing of like, okay, you're underneath what I want for the lifestyle that I'm looking for in the future. But you're a good-looking enough guy that I'll fucking bang you tonight. Maybe I'll have a little fling with you. But that's at the end of the fucking day, you know, when you slid that piece of paper across the table and you made your offer, say, my dick and balls bring home this each year. They're like, yeah, keep it moving. Keep it moving. That's 10 grand less than I want, and you got that one snaggletooth. Fuck off. Move on. Who's next? Go ahead. Put your junk on the table. What's your number?
The Jimmy Dore Show. I'm here with Ben Mankiewicz from Turner Classic Movies, and from comedy, it's Bill Burr. Hey, Bill, how are you?
How are you? How's it going?
That's going.
Who am I looking at? This is
going
weird.
good.
I can see myself there.
See that? You're looking at the right. You're looking. Just look at me.
I
Talk
just
to
got
me.
back from a remake of the new $6 Million Man episode. Look at this.
Is that what you look?
Breakdancer or something. It's terrible. Be honest with you, whatever I'm looking at, I forgot. I didn't forget. I thought it was at 1:30. It's actually at 11:30.
So that's why you didn't have time to look pretty?
Yeah, that's why. I got my hat on. I don't want people thinking that I'm disrespecting your show. Look at you guys. You're all dressed up. Got your jacket on. This is all official.
It's all right.
I should be the guy in the field that they interviewed. Well, we do have an eyewitness. It was a 4-door sedan. That's how I'm dressed. Right.
No, I just wear the jacket to cover my hump. That's the only reason.
Oh, that's all right.
Otherwise,
Hey, I wear the hat to cover the bald spot.
Oh.
We're all doing our things.
You're not doing the Propecia?
No. Why would you do that? You think you're not, okay, the hair's not going to fall out, then what, it attacks my liver? What am I going to want when I'm 80? To be able to do this or to have this thing working?
That's exactly, I started taking it. It works, obviously, but I had
Jimmy asked the same question, just has a different answer. He gave up the liver.
I gave up the liver.
Yeah,
I'm like,
the liver.
I'm like, they'll be able to figure it out in 20 years, right? I'll be able to. They'll put me up to a machine or something, or Mickey Mantle. I don't know. They'll figure it out.
You gotta shake.
Mickey Mantle's fine. Yeah.
You got to shake a lot of hands to get up that liver list. You know?
You got to take it on top of the
You're gonna have
donor.
to tone down your act, man. If you're gonna need some friends, a couple of senators. Trooper.
I'm gonna stop making fun of Dr. Oz, and he's gonna get me in. But
I'm just waiting for the pill.
What do you mean? What pill? I got the pill. Propecia.
No, the one pill. You just throw it in. But the side, you got to pay somehow. I feel like you're gonna feel like your head's on fire for 90 seconds. So they just strap you down, and they just go, "Are you ready? Wait. Okay, do it." You just, and then you come out, and then you have to go into therapy.
I'd much
to deal with that level of pain. You shake for like 3 days, but you just have a cough that would make.
I'd rather get it over with, right? I'd rather just have it be horrible instead of not be like everything happened to me, right? So I started losing my train of thought. That happened. My balls started hurting, and
From Propecia.
From Propecia. In fact, I Googled my balls hurt, which is how I found out.
That's what they say really quick at the end of the commercial, right? And then your balls hurt.
You might figure we're talking about your balls might hurt. Bye. You may experience sudden ball pain.
Yeah.
I did. I thought I went to my doctor. I don't have cancer. All right, it's good. All right. But I did. I went and I ended up in a Propecia chat group, and that's where all these
pulling the hair from your crotch. That's what it is, right out through the top.
It takes
of
them
your
right
head.
off of my sack and puts them up here.
You went into a Propecia chat group?
Yes.
Really?
And because when I Googled my balls hurt, then I'm like, oh, I have that. So I had to stop taking it, but it's still kind of hanging on, so I'm happy.
That is a depressing chat group. That is not a bunch of guys sort of celebrating life there.
Yeah. You know what's scary though is as you type in Propecia and you type in my and just the B of balls and it just goes balls hurt. Click. Yeah, see, so that's the thing. Look, I mean, what are you trying to do? You're going to try to be on People magazine?
You know what? I'm married and everything. Who cares, right?
Who cares? Yeah.
Who cares? You're right. I'm going to let it go.
Yeah, and you don't want to be on that sexiest list, man. Those are the people that go, man, what happened to him?
I don't want to have one of those problems where you get too much pussy. That would be horrible.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
No, I got to tell you though, it's It's fantastic. just so you know.
Being on the sexiest list?
Having the hair. I mean, come on, it's fucking glorious.
No, I know. I that's why I'm willing to have my balls. All right, so here, let's get to
All right, tonight's guest is one of the most talented comedians around and my all-time favorite comic. He's an actor. You've seen him on Chappelle's Show, Breaking Bad, and the movie The Heat. I am personally grateful to him because he helped me get this show on the air by appearing on the pilot. Please give a warm welcome to my good friend, Bill Burr, everybody! Bill Burr!
I got the little high chair here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, it's your show. You're tall.
Yeah, I know. I
Sort
kind
of
of want to bring,
average.
but we seem like the same. Like, look in the monitor. That's about right.
I look uncomfortable.
Actually, that was an internet comment I saw that was like, they said, when I see people in high chairs pretending to have like a casual conversation and never addressing the fact that they're in these
You
preposterous
got
high
to.
chairs.
There should be a high top bar here with like potato skins. This is very, very Applebee's going out of business.
Which is kind of perfect because I feel like an Applebee's waiter, don't I? Just like flaming fajitas. Doesn't that feel?
Yeah, you have like that. Like I don't know if it's me, but you're so happy. Sometimes it bothers me. It does. It's just like, all right, I get it. The sun is shining. Just take it down a little bit. Like I get actually anxiety around people as happy as you. It's like
Is that right?
I can't hit the ball back, dude. I can't sustain. It's a rally. You come into the net with your happiness. I'm just like, this is over. He's gonna smash it right at me.
The happy ball.
Yeah, the happy ball.
You're a happy fella. You come off as agitated, but you know.
Oh yeah, I'm affable.
You're likable.
No. People have a tendency that they will watch your act, and then they just think like, oh, he's like that 24/7, screaming and yelling, and that's not true. I mean, it is definitely a chunk of my day. No, I don't like being, angry. I don't want to be that guy. I'd like to be jolly, but it hasn't been in the cards so far. I try to be.
Well, we were going to have you on the first week. We were going to have you on the first week, but then you went and got married.
Yeah.
Which I
finally grew up.
Yeah.
Yes, I
did. Yeah. Do you remember on my podcast you railed for about 30 hilarious minutes against marriage? Like the most persuasive, never get married, it's a racket, they're going to take half your shit, that lie.
Yeah, but at this point, no, that's true, and I maintain that. It is an absolutely insane thing to do.
Yes.
Gay or straight. Gays have no idea what they're walking into. I can't wait. I don't wish this on anybody, but when the gay divorces start coming in, they're really going to step back, I think, being like, what the hell were we wishing for here? You know? I could have sent him a card on his deathbed. I didn't. It really wasn't worth that.
Because they can't.
That was their big thing. I can't go and say goodbye when they're dying. But that's if you make it. But it's literally like, as far as marriage is working, that's like the sperm making it to the egg. Yeah.
You're saying...
Dude, it's facts. Most of them don't work. And then you got to start all over again. Just busted, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know how it's going to work because it usually sides for the women. But when you got two dudes, like how is that going to work out?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I guess it works out for whoever's making more money. This is classic, like how I talk on the podcast. I just get into it, and then I realize, oh, hey, I'm a moron, and I didn't read up on this. Yeah, how is that going to work out?
Well, God.
I'll tell you it's going to work out. The gay dude who's not doing shit is going to get all the stuff and be like, oh, I'm used to a certain lifestyle, right? And then the gay guy who's killing it, he's going to go back to the studio apartment, calling it right now. Calling it right now. It's going to be horrible.
So you're
going to be great. It'll bring straights and gays closer together. Just start like a divorce bar, like all people welcome. And you just compare notes, like what's more horrific? A bitter ex-dude or a bitter ex-woman?
Yeah, when they wrote that "Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned," there weren't as many public gay relationships, so maybe that's real bad too.
Yeah, but they didn't have the right to try. They not being married, they didn't have a legal contract.
Right.
So I think when they broke up was probably whoever was stronger. You know, they just sort of wrestled for stuff. You guys are taking this really seriously. Does he really think that's how gay people break up? I'm just messing around. He introduced me as a comedian, right? Am I gonna have to go on split screen with a blogger tomorrow? Right? Comedy, can it go too far?
We're gonna come back with more Bill Burr. There's no way we're ending this. Billy Burr, our first 2-act interview.
There you go. There you go.
Do you want to read the card?
Welcome back, everybody. I'm still here with Bill Burr.
We have time for one question. When you die, is it just lights out?
I hope so. I really hope so.
There's a comfort in that.
Yeah, it's over. Thank God. And I think you just go in the ground, and if they would stop putting people in boxes, if they would just put them in the ground, you would nourish the soil,
right?
And somebody else would have an at-bat.
Yes.
You know, these people, getting their heads frozen, trying to come back to do what? What are you gonna do? Like, you're gonna come back, like, how much time? Like, Ted Williams just has his head frozen. That wasn't his choice. Like, how long is that head gonna have to be frozen before they have a cure for having no body? You know? So let's just say they come up with it, a cure. You're gonna be like, I already have a generation gap when I do a college gig. I just can't imagine coming back like thousands of years later. And you're not hip on music. People are making references to, that's like the French and Indian War of, 3,500. You're like, you have no idea what anybody is talking about. You don't know how to levitate. You can't, communicate without speaking. You're going right to the circus. You're going right to the circus. You came back to work at the circus.
Bill Burr, everybody. My favorite comedian. Bill Burr. That's it. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Thank you, Bill. You're amazing.
I've been battling with my girlfriend a lot lately. She loves to watch the Oprah Winfrey Show, and I love to watch her watch the Oprah Show. And then I wait for Oprah to say something that I don't agree with, and then I take it out on my girlfriend because I'm a jerk. So Oprah brings out her first guest, right? She gives her this huge intro. She's written a book, she's been in a movie, and she does the most difficult job on the planet. She's a mother. So immediately I look at my girlfriend, I'm like, really? Being a mother is the most difficult job on the planet? How many moms died on ice road truckers last season? Any moms get washed overboard on Deadliest Catch? No, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but which job would you rather have? You want to scoop crabs up off the bottom of the ocean, hanging off some rusty tugboat, catching that trap to the back of your head every couple of weeks? Or you want to hang out in the sunshine with a couple of rugrats? You can send them to bed anytime you want on some trumped up charges. Yeah. Trumped up charges, yeah, because you want to have a drink and watch The Price is Right. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. No, maybe it is. Maybe it is the most difficult job. I thought roofing in the middle of July is a redhead. I thought that was a difficult job. But evidently, these mothers, they're bending over at the waist, putting DVDs into DVD players. I don't know how they do it. How do they do it? Oh, the way they push that stroller with the round wheels. Yeah, and the baby in there. It's the most difficult job on the planet. Going to war, pinned down by a sniper. What a joke. It's a joke.
You ever burp a baby and forget to put that towel up there? Oh, there's another shirt you gotta wash, right? Oh yeah, lift with your knees and put it in that machine that does it for you. People, any job you can do in your pajamas is not difficult. Sure, it's draining, but come on, man. Being a stay-at-home mom, that's like my dream job. No boss, no time card, no taxes. You're off the grid. Hanging out all day, making grilled cheese sandwiches. Giving a puppet show, you dress like a dragon. Then some other adult comes home and gives you money. Yeah.
You got to. There should be a high top bar here, like potato skins. It's very, very Applebee's going out of business. Yeah, you have like that. I don't know if it's me, but you're so happy. Sometimes it bothers me. Like I get actually anxiety around people as happy as you. It's like I can't hit the ball back, dude. I can't sustain. You come into the net with your happiness. I'm just like, this is over. It's gonna smash it right at me.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Can these people see us as they walk by?
I think it's tinted, but yeah, they can kind
that'd
of
be weird. Huh? It's like on a Good Day show, you know.
Crouch a little so they can't see us.
Yeah, those sad people who show up to the Good Day show at like 5 in the morning, just stand there.
Signs.
Yeah, hoping Ethel sees them.
Like from Kansas all the time. Yeah. Bill, thanks so much for being here. I love this show. You're one of my favorite comedians. I'm excited to talk to you.
Well, I'm excited to be here. These chairs are horrific. This is designed for like, I don't know what age. It's not like 6 to 8, like when you're 11. This is like the perfect size. It's not quite adult size. It's not kid size. I already slouch. It's going to be a bad interview, dude, and I'm blaming the chair.
I slouch or go down like this or
All right.
cross the legs. Bill, are you the head writer on the show, or how do you work in the writers' room on the show? Because you write your stand-up specials, you know, obviously you're a writer, but you've never really written on a sitcom before. If you go through your credits, you hadn't really been on a show before.
Why'd you have to bring that up? Just right out of the gate, he goes negative. Never really saw you write on anything before, Bill. There was all these other nice things on your IMDb page I could have brought up, but I noticed this one glaring thing that you've never done. And right out of the gate, was it because I made fun of the chairs? I'm sorry. No, I'm not the head writer. Mike Price, the great Mike Price. I have to say that he beats me in the writer's room. The great Mike Price from The Simpsons. He's the head guy, and I'm one of 10 in there, pitching jokes and that type of stuff. So, yeah, that's what I do in there.
Were you nervous
I'll be sure to have that on my IMDb page for the next time.
No, I love the show, and I was wondering if you were nervous getting in there with a group of writers, since you've been sort of the lone writer of all of your work for so long.
Oh, no, by no means did I want to do this by myself. I mean, you need all of that help. Like, I had an idea to do something like this on my website, just do little 5-minute vignettes, because I used to tell family stories when I first started out doing stand-up, and everybody laughed when I was the young comic. And then as I became the older comic, you know, and the helicopter kids came in, and everything was labeled, and people wore helmets when they rode bicycles, and everything was considered bullying, those same stories didn't get laughs anymore. Everybody was sort of groaning like, oh, you know. I'd be like, no, this was funny. I deserve to get beaten for that. So that's when I decided, well, if I animate these things, and I'm a comedian, so I never did it because I have other jobs that I can do to make money. So it wasn't until I got with Mike Price, he turned it into a show. Vince Vaughn's company, too.
And what was your initial, so was this the idea that you initially had going into it, that it would look like this?
No, I had no idea what it was going to look like. This was like, I actually decided to do a cartoon because you can get away with more. And also, I did like those one-camera shoots, and those people work like 12, 14-hour days. There's hair, makeup, and wardrobe. So I thought I was being smart doing an animated show, thinking, oh, this will be easy. You know, they just do a little Flintstone shit, you know? I'll come in and say a couple of goofy things into a mic, and I'll go back out, you know, go see a movie or something. And it's not quite how it works. So this alone, just trying to come up with the look of it, which you wouldn't think, it took us we spent I felt like 6 weeks on noses and eyes, because you have to have everybody look. It's a weird thing, like animation.
Well, it sets up the world.
Yeah, but you have to come up with like your race of like animated people, you know? So like,
So, like, the Simpsons have the mustard yellow people with the giant eyes. The Simpsons have, like, the Pac-Man heads. So you got to kind of come up with your own thing that hasn't been done before. So I hope we did. We try to have, like, we wanted the 70s look the way most of my friends remember it. I mean, the way Hollywood does the 70s is everybody looked like Ron Burgundy or the Bee Gees or something. And that was, you know, that was a group of people. And everybody drove a Pacer, which they didn't. I remember when that car came out, me and my wife was like, that was the... I mean, me and my mother. What the hell's wrong with me? So that was the ugliest piece of shit I've ever seen. Sorry. I went out to a diner till like 4 a.m. last night. I got into an argument over music. This kid was trying to tell me that the Foo Fighters were better than the Beatles, and I just couldn't handle that.
Wait, what? Let's stick to this for a second, if you don't mind. Who the hell was arguing with you that the Foo Fighters are better than the Beatles?
He said he didn't like the Beatles because they didn't. When I listened to their music, he goes, it doesn't make me want to get on an elliptical. Like, this is how this guy judges music. Like, it makes him want to work out. So, like, with that analogy, it's just like, hey, I don't like Mozart because it doesn't make me want to grab ankle weights. You know, I don't even, and like an idiot, I actually argued with this person. Like, they're that far down the boulevard. Like, I was going to bring them somewhere to where I was. And my eggs were getting cold, and I stayed in it. It was such a waste of time. It's just one of those days you wake up at like noon hating yourself. Like, I'm decades beyond having these things happen to me, and I still do it.
How did you argue with that? If it started there, how did you argue about it?
Upsetting other people. I vaguely remember saying to some guy there, like, because he was giving me shit for how loud I was being. I finally said to the guy, "Go, dude, who the fuck orders spaghetti at a diner?" And I didn't hear another word out of him, so I was proud of that.
The one person who's excited for the huge menu orders spaghetti. You know?
Yeah, at some point I was going to make a point here. That's why I keep looking at here, and I just realized I'm blocking myself out of the camera. I love that you have the jib camera for this, like it's an action movie. Let's swoop in at these two guys sitting in these unbelievably small chairs. I literally feel like I'm going to fall onto the floor. This is insane. You really went all out with the audience, though. They got full-size adult chairs. Are these like from the 20s before they had like horse tranquilizers in our food when everybody was like 5'1"? Yeah. Wait a minute. Do you own Fab TV?
Yes. How do you know that?
Because you're so friggin' dressed down. You just had that. You just had that vibe. This is how CEOs. Like, I knew it. I was just like, this guy's not.
And by the way,
dressed
I had to take my host out.
Your cameramen are dressed better than you are. I knew it. I was just like, this guy's not a reporter. Didn't even know the name of the show. Didn't even know the name of the show. Wow.
Well, you know what? Take it as a call. I wanted an interview. I'm like, no, I got to be in with Bill Burr. You're one of my idols.
So who was you supposed to interview me?
Okay, here.
Unbelievable. What is that all? There you go. Now it looks like an interview.
You know, Mr. Burr, you know, how does it feel?
Okay, I saw, these are the first 3 movies I saw. I saw For the Love of Benji, and then we saw Scarface. She didn't know what it was. She knew it was like a gangster movie, but she thought it was like, you know, like Kojak or something. And if she wanted to leave then, I would have, but she didn't. She just is very reserved. She's just kind of like, maybe this will get better. Like, she just... Hey, how are you? What's going on? Nice to be here. I thought this was over by 7. I'm a stand-up comedian. I tell shit jokes around the country. It's what I do. And I got to be honest, like, I don't know much about writers. You know, I used to think you guys were a bunch of nerds who couldn't hold up your end of the conversation, you know, with strange shoes. I did. Yeah, but it was going to be yet another pilot that was going to fail. I'd just be sitting in a coffee house trying to talk to these writer, and it just would never connect, you know? So I always end up just staring at their shoes, but like, I don't know. I've always been like an idiot. And, no, I did. I used to think like a pony was a little horse. And there was these people down the street had this pony for like 7 years. And one day I said to my mother, I was like, when's that pony going to become a horse? So... I don't know. I didn't understand what you guys did. Like being in a writer's room. I never really understood like what a fucking hell it is. And the last 2 years of my life, I've spent it in there. And like, I've just never contemplated suicide more times in my life, you know? Every time you get that note, like, you know, I don't think we earned this moment. This isn't in our palette. Like, well, who do I root for? I just always think, you know, there's always that sweet option. We're on like the 8th floor. I just think it. I think I could hit my car, you know?
Maybe land right in the driver's seat and be poetic. No, I do. Just sitting in a writer's room all day. I come home, I just stare at the wall. I can't hear my wife's voice. My drinking is off the rails. And I just want to say to all you guys, I really respect now what the hell it is you guys do, because it is, without a doubt, the toughest job out here. So thank you for writing shit for me to say. I'm sick of Obama's wife. Yeah. This isn't some Republican rant either. It's just kind of first ladies in general. You know, I don't know what it is. All throughout my life, with each presidency, like these first ladies, they've just gotten more and more like chatty. You know? More and more chiming in, like leaning into the frame, spitting out their ideas. It's just like, well, why are you talking? Right? You weren't elected. Shut up. Your husband's not running a lemonade stand here. He's running the country. You don't just chime in. Let me guess, is this considered sexist? It is? Why? Well, okay, you just nodded there, lady. Let me ask you this, all right? Let's say you had a leak in your house, okay? You call a plumber up. He shows up, and he goes, yeah, I think the leak's coming from the upstairs bathroom. We need to shut it up, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden his wife walks in, who isn't a plumber. And then goes, hey, you know, I'm actually thinking it's kind of attack. Wouldn't you be like, with all due respect, shut the up. I need a plumber in this moment. I'll extend an olive branch here. All right, at some point, there's going to be the first female president, right? Exactly. Which means at that moment, you're going to have the first male first lady, right? And when that happens, that dude needs to shut his trap. I don't want to hear a word out of him. I want to hear from the president. You, sir, go do some first lady stuff, all right? Go get yourself some gloves that go up to your elbows. Smile and nod during speeches. Go put your own flair redecorating the White House, right? Which leads you to Michelle Obama, right? Now she's sitting there holding up those hashtags. Remember that hashtag, bring back our girls? Remember that? It's like, it blew my mind. It's like, why are you showing me that? I'm a stand-up comedian. Like, what am I going to do to get those girls back? Why don't you look across the dinner table? It's like, you see that guy? That is the leader of the free world. Tell him to pick up the phone, call some Navy SEALs and solve it. What am I going to do? Show up with a sharpened mic stand? Hey, Michelle said to bring him back. Oh, it's unreal. I'll tell you what kills me. Hillary Clinton might run. She might run. That blows my mind. I mean, she became a senator. She went from being the president's wife to being a senator. Just like that. Lateral move. That's like Tom Brady's wife becoming the next quarterback of the Rams. It's like, what, you hanging out? You just pick it up? I sucked at sports, and then I banged Tom Brady, and I don't know what happened. I just picked up a ball. I started lacing it. I'm leading receivers. It was incredible. I knew it was going to be like this. You know what's funny? There's actually people out there that think a woman being president is actually a good idea. You know? Can you believe that? See what they do? That'll do something. That'll change things. How? How the is that going to change anything? Do you know what the president makes a year? The president makes $400,000 a year. That's it. He's trying to keep billionaires in line, making $400,000 a year. That's all he makes. He makes less than some people blogging on the internet. The president should have you money, right? He shouldn't be sitting there with his pockets turned inside. I need your help to give me the job.
right? What do you guys all donate to the campaign? Is that what it is? So I got a dog recently. That's a big thing in my life. I went down to the pound and I got a free dog. That's how I say it. I don't say I rescued a dog. All right, it's obnoxious and it's not true. Sick of people doing that. She's a rescue. Yeah, I rescued her. Really? Did you pull her out of a burning building? My girlfriend actually, to be honest with you, got the dog while I was traveling. I was in a different state. My girlfriend got us a dog. Classic female move, you know? That's just a 10 to 15 year commitment. Why would you include me in that decision?
Do this because I don't want to have a job. I just like being able to fuck. Like, you know what I love about this interview right now? There's zero preparation. I don't have to do shit. I was watching the fucking Jets-Miami game last night. I had a couple of beers, hanging out with my dog. I had a great fucking time. There was no like, oh, I got this big meeting tomorrow. I got to hit my PowerPoints, graph how comedy exists. There's none of that. I just show up. I might have been the worst comic in the history. Like, first of all, I would get on stage. I was so nervous. I'd take the mic out of the mic stand, and I would immediately just start pacing.
Like a panther.
And it had like a nervous panther who got declawed and defanged. Yeah. And I was just walking back and forth, and my movement had nothing to do with what I was talking about. I can't even believe I got any laughs. I would just be like, yeah, so I was growing up, and my dad was crazy, and it was just like, it was like that thing, you know, the old carnival game where you try to shoot the duck.
Actually, Nerd Jesus died in the last year, right? Steve Jobs. Yeah, he died, right? I know, a lot of nerds here tonight. I know, you're sad. I didn't get it. I didn't get the big deal they made about that guy. When he died, they were like, he changed the world. That was insane. He changed the world. The world was one way, and then Steve Jobs came, and it was another. What did he do? Somebody, for the love of God, what the fuck did that guy do? What did he do? He told other people what to invent? I want my entire music collection in that phone. Get on it! Right? And then these poor, nameless, faceless scientists got to go in a back room and figure it out. How the fuck are we going to get all of this into this? I mean, what year does this guy think this is? This is crazy. This is like Buck Rogers. Dude, my kid has a birthday in like 11 months. Steve Jobs just walking by. I don't hear any thinking going on in there. Just strutting around the office, eating some pretentious fruit like a pear. Right? Just throwing out ideas. There's another one. There's another one I just came up with on the way to work. I was reading a magazine the other day, turning pages, you know? I like to turn pages on a screen that aren't even there. Yeah, wrap your fucking heads around that, guys. See you in 8 years. Where you going, Michael? Big, little, get on it. Right? And all these people slave away to make his vision come true. And then they have the big nerd fest, right? Down there, Comic-Con, and all their nerd mecca. They're all showing up with their Acne and their Hulk shirts, limping into the arena, right? Does Steve Jobs go out with a whole chorus line of scientists? No, he goes out there by himself. Sneakers and no belt, like it was no biggie, right? like he's Tesla. Tapping into the atmosphere. I know, this is always uncomfortable. I know, you bought into it, right? That whole advertising, the way they aligned themselves with some of the greatest people of all time. Jesus, Gandhi, me. Remember that? Muhammad Ali, John Lennon, this guy. How the fuck was that dude like any of them? Gandhi didn't have a sweatshop. Nah, he didn't have people leaping to their deaths only to catch a net and get ricocheted back through the window to have to put together yet another iPad. John Lennon didn't have children in his basement pressing those fucking albums. I know. New phone can't fit the old charger. This is your hero? This is the guy? This is what all the silence is about? New phone can't fit the old charger, so then you gotta throw it out, ends up in the ocean around some octopus's neck. Do you realize how much sea life is ecstatic that that man is no longer walking the earth? That's where it all ends up, you know. Doesn't go in a landfill, ends up in the ocean. You realize that? I hate people who say I don't pollute. I don't pollute. Yeah, you do. You use shit and you throw it out. Well, you think because you put it in like a basket, it just poof, disappears? Everything you ever used is somewhere. You ever think about that? Remember that flannel shirt you bought back in the day when you got into Pearl Jam? That's out there somewhere. Probably on some porpoise's face. He's trying to get it off. Stupid little flippers. All the fads. You remember rollerblading? Remember that? Everybody had them. We set up cones. We did little tricks, right? One little homophobic joke killed that entire fad. What's the hardest thing about rollerblading? Telling your parents you're gay. Full-grown adults. Dude, I'm not gay. I don't have the cooties. These mean I suck dick. And they just threw them out. They end up in the ocean. They're made out of plastic. They can't biodegrade. They just break down to little cubes. Fish are breathing them in. 6 months later, you're going out, you're getting sushi. You think you're being healthy. You're eating your old rollerblades.
And being like, all right, well, that's why I drank the way I did. That's why I've trashed women the way I did. All the fucking shit. I knew every fucking thing I did, good and bad, in that moment. I was like, all right, so now I got to get sober, and I got to fucking work my way through this shit. Because, my wife's, I don't know if you guys notice, I have a bit of a temper. No, not you, Bill, yeah. So here's the thing, but I didn't think, I'm so fucked up and grew up such a fucked up time that I didn't even think I had a temper. Because I was like, well, I don't fucking yell at people in my house. Like, I don't curse my wife out. I mean, we get into it. I'm not gonna lie to you, I get into it with her, but I don't go oh, Jesus Christ, you fucking bitch. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't yell at my kids. But what I do is I flip out. So, like I said, I didn't think that this was a problem. My wife told me it was a problem, but I don't listen to her. Why would I listen to her? All she does is criticize. I got nothing but bad reviews on the fucking husband Yelp. It's just all, didn't enjoy the experience. Thumbs down, half a star, never get a fucking attaboy, right? So it just becomes white noise after a while. Like, oh, what, am I doing something wrong again? Oh, yeah, you again. Okay, great. Great. What did I do? What did I do this time? Huh? What do I have to work on? Go ahead, fucking let me know, right? So I don't listen to my lovely wife like an idiot that I am. So one day I learned a harsh lesson, okay? It was a breakfast time, right? For some reason, I had like 20 minutes to myself, which is really rare when you got 2 kids, 4 and under, right? So I'm thinking like, holy shit, I can actually make myself a breakfast like the old days. I'll make myself 2 eggs over easy. I'll make some toast. I'll make some bacon. Fucking burn it up the way I like it. It's gonna be the shit, right? So I'm having a great time, make myself a little Grand Slam breakfast. I sit down to eat. I got the OJ. I got the glass of water. It looks like a picture from a commercial. Right as I sit down to eat, my phone lights up, and I get a text message from my buddy. He goes, hey, man, I thought you were coming on this Zoom meeting. It started 5 minutes ago. We need you on this. And I just absolutely lost it. I was like, Jesus Christ. Of course I have a meeting. Of course I have my meeting. Because why couldn't I just have one goddamn cocksucking motherfucking morning to myself? Fucking toast flying all over the place, flipping the fuck out. And then all of a sudden, my daughter, who was like 2 and a half at the time, comes running into the kitchen with big tears in her eyes, just going like, I'm sorry, Dada, I'm sorry. And I was like, oh shit. So I literally just swatted down. I was like, no, buddy, no, come here. I wasn't yelling at you. Daddy wasn't yelling at you. I would never yell at you. I love you, buddy. Daddy was yelling at the phone, okay? Dad yells at the phone when it says stuff that he doesn't like, okay? Your dad has issues, okay? I'm sorry, buddy. I would never yell at you. And I could literally feel her tears like drying in my shirt. I was like, buddy, come on. I would never do that, okay? I love you. You still love me? She's like, yeah, yes. And I go, okay, all right, buddy.
And then I did that thing. You do that thing with a kid where you turn around and then you like push him in the direction you want him to go in. And I just had to sit there like, I just did that to a 2.5-year-old. And she was like walking away, and I'm just sitting there like thinking like, how bad was that? Is she just gonna go play with the toy and forget about it? Or is she no longer gonna be an astronaut? Like, what did I just do? I thought I was better than my dad. I'm making the same mistakes that he's making. I fucking hate myself. I didn't do the meeting. I didn't eat the breakfast. I just went upstairs. Just wanted to be alone, right? Just want to be fucking alone, you know? But I got a wife, so it doesn't work that way, you know? Especially when you fuck up as bad as I did and as loudly as I did. I knew she was coming down the hall. I knew I was going to have to watch some game film. She was bringing the projector. The screen was going to come down. And I'm literally just laying in there like, please, God, just let her give me 2 minutes. Just give me 2 minutes to fucking calm down. No, she just comes right in, and she's just like, stop. You want to discuss that little incident that happened downstairs in the kitchen? And I'm like, no, honey, can you just give me a second? My heart is still on the floor down there. Just give me a second. I know I fucked up. You know, she doesn't give a shit at that point. And she's right. It's her kid, too. So she just wants it. I'll tell you right now, if you think you're going to do this, fucking ass, damn, all this shit. And, I mean, she was right. She was 100% right, but I wasn't ready to hear the information. So she just sort of zoned out. And if my kid's over there, I'm going to fucking hear it. And I'm just sitting there, laying in the bed with the nerve to be upset with her. She didn't do anything. And I'm just staring at her mouth as it's moving, not hearing anything. I just started thinking of the news. Like a news story just popped into my head. You know that news story every once in a while you see, like every year and a half, you just see some guy never committed a crime in his life. You know, went to church every week, helped old ladies across the street, and then out of nowhere he just kills his wife. I'm thinking, like, it's got to be from times like this. It just has to. He just has something to say. He just had, like, I don't know, I just fucked up, but she was right. I know she was right. So I sat there, fucking took it, you know. I will say as an aside, I think, you know, the next time you see a guy who never even cheated on his taxes, and then out of nowhere he kills his wife, I think it's high time to bring back the question, what did she say? Okay, just say it, all right? Examine the problem from 360 degrees. So anyway. So, I love my dad and everything, you know. So, but you know, there's things I want to improve on. So, the great thing that I have done is my kids are not afraid of me. And every time I have fucked up, I've gotten down to my kids' level and let them know that I was wrong and I apologize. So, the great thing is my kids are not afraid of me. So now, my daughter's a little bit older. She's like 4.5 now. So now, whenever I start flipping out, she actually has been helping me to stop. Because the second I hear that cute voice, I just think, Dad, I'm sorry. I just immediately... It's hilarious. Like, I'll be in the kitchen, and all of a sudden, I'm always in the kitchen doing something, right? And one day I just come in like, what the fuck kind of toaster is this? What was wrong with the other toaster? I need to download the app to make fucking cocksucking. And all of a sudden, she'll just be like, in the other room, be like, Dad, don't scream like that. And the second I hear that voice, I'm like, you're right, buddy. You're right, buddy. Sorry, I'm just gonna download the app here. Download the app, and the amount of what it takes just to make some fucking toast. Oh, Dad, you said a bad word. You said a bad word. She does all of that shit, right? To the point, one night, we have like movie night once a week. It's my favorite thing. We watch some Pixar thing, you know. And one of those great movies, you know. They're great. They're for kids and they're for adults. It's fucking awesome, right? So we sit down, we make the popcorn and everything. So we have this smart TV in the living room. Oh, people, this is a smart TV. Oh, is it smart? Oh, is this fucking TV? It's so goddamn smart. That one time I was in there, I had all the lights out because we're going to watch a movie, you know? But the TV's so smart, as I'm pressing on, which you don't even do, don't hit the on button. You hit the on button, that fucks it up. You got to press 2 other buttons. Oh, is that what I got to do? Is that what I have